Here's how to have 1,500 real estate conversations in 30 days. Now, why the heck would you have 1,500 real estate conversations in 30 days? That sounds like an absolute nightmare. Well, this is only if you want to jumpstart, hit the gas pedal as hard as you can, and really drum up a whole lot of business. Why 1,500? Because we know it takes, on average, 50 real estate conversations to find a ready, willing, and able buyer and seller. So the goal is to have 50 real estate conversations a day for 30 days. Now, what if you drastically fail and you only have 25 real estate conversations a day for 30 days? Well, congratulations, you have changed your business. I am asking you for everything. And those of you that give me everything, you're gonna absolutely kill it. But even if you take big steps and fail, you're still gonna completely change your business. So really broken down, 50 conversations a day, 30 times. How on earth do you come up with 50 conversations in real estate a day? Well, not without a lot of scheduling, time blocking, and effort. And yes, it is going to be a chaotic day for you. But again, this is only for those of you who want to push harder than anybody else in your office is pushing. So here's how we do it. Let's say you have 5, 6, 7, 8 lead gen sources, which if you are a thriving realtor, you have at least 5 sources of ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers, whether that be for sell by owners and open houses and internet leads and Sphere and social media and for sell by owners, or whatever your sources are, top agents have at least 5. So let's just go down the route of you having 5 sources of business. And side note, if you don't, you need to stop this right now and you need to identify at least 5 sources of lead gen. Otherwise, you will never be able to accomplish this. So assuming you have at least 5 sources of lead gen, here's how we break this down. If I'm gonna have 50 real estate conversations in a day and I have 5 lead gen sources, we start to drop these into buckets. In bucket number 1, which might be sphere of influence, I'm going to have 10 real estate conversations with my sphere. In bucket 2, I may have 10 real estate conversations with old internet leads that I've been purchasing. In bucket number 3, I may have 10 conversations with 10 open house leads from the past. In bucket number 4, I may have 10 conversations with 10 different for sell by owners. In bucket number 5, and you get the gist of where I'm going with this, we drop our conversations into buckets. We have this huge goal of 1,500 conversations in 30 days. We start dropping them into daily buckets. Okay, 1,500 becomes 50 all of a sudden, and then 50 all of a sudden becomes 10 in this bucket, and 10 in this bucket, and 10 in this bucket. This is where if you only have one source of business, sphere, you're gonna have 50 sphere conversations a day, 30 times? No, you're not. You're gonna run out of people and you're gonna wear your SOI out. So let's drop these into at least 5 different buckets. So today I'm gonna have 10 sphere combos, which means I'm probably gonna have to text or DM or call 15 to 25 people to have 10 real estate conversations. And I'm gonna follow up with 10 old internet leads, or 10 old open house leads, or 10 for sell by owners. I'm probably gonna have to reach out to 15 or 20 of those folks in order to have 10 conversations. These combos do not mean I reached out to 50 people today. No, they mean I talked about real estate to 50 people. Yes, this got even more challenging. And again, I'm asking you to give me everything. And if you fall flat on your freaking face and you have 22 real estate conversations today, and you do that 30 times, you have changed your life. You have learned the daily habits to become a successful realtor. You have generated a lot of business. You've probably really honed in on your conversation skills because your first 5 days, you're gonna suck and it's gonna sound awful and you're gonna feel dumb, but then you're gonna get in a groove and you're gonna get it figured out and you're gonna know how to conversate with people. You're gonna know what to say to those when they throw an objection at you. You're going to have this handled. So here's where you have some creative freedom, because maybe you're brand new and you just moved into this market and you don't know that many people, so your sphere is smaller. Maybe you're a veteran agent. Things have just slowed down for you a little bit. You have a great sphere, but not a whole lot of other things going on. Your creative control here is you get to define your buckets and you get to define how many conversations go in your bucket. So if you're new and you don't know that many people, well, maybe your sphere bucket is 5, but maybe you have a door knocking bucket of 20 because you don't know that many people. This is completely up to you. I'm just trying to help you see and navigate how to fathom in your brain having 50 real estate conversations in a single day 30 times. Now here's what you may be thinking. Two things. Number one, this is going to take me all day long. You are absolutely right. This is why I'm not asking you to do this in 30 consecutive days, because if you have 50 conversations today, you probably set a couple of appointments up for later in the week, which means you're not going to have time to have 50 conversations that day. That's fine. This is not 30 consecutive days. This is 30 days as fast as you possibly can. So maybe Monday you hit it hard and you have 50 conversations, and then Tuesday is an appointment day, and then Wednesday is another 50 conversation day, and Thursday is a conversation day, Friday and Saturday are appointment days. However you want to divvy this up is completely up to you, but I want you to get to 1,500 as fast as you possibly can. Now maybe you are a single mother and there is absolutely no way that you can accomplish this because you don't have 10 hours in a day. Maybe you have 4 hours in a day. Well, that's great. Make your number 25 conversations a day and then spread this out over 60 days. The point here is I want you to get to 1,500 conversations as fast as you possibly can. And these are 1,500 real estate conversations where you are talking about somebody potentially buying or selling a home. One question you may have is, what is the greatest use of my time? What conversations are going to yield a greater result as opposed to wasting time talking to people that might not be willing to buy or sell? I always think first and foremost, your sphere is going to be your best source of business. It should be your number one source of business. And if you don't have a big sphere, then you need to get out into the community, get involved in organizations. That's a whole other video. The next best lead gen source, in my opinion, is always going to be open houses. Now, open houses, John, they're a thing of the past. Bullcrap. Anybody who's telling you that doesn't understand the power of open houses and how it's literally taking lead gen out. You're getting face-to-face with somebody and then you're just following back up with them, assuming you had a great conversation with them and built some rapport when you were face-to-face with them. I think those are your two most important buckets. From there, maybe it goes into, if you're comfortable, a door knock. Because I think a door knock is a great way to, again, have a face-to-face conversation with somebody, which is the ultimate goal of every conversation we ever have, is to get face-to-face. Some of you may not feel comfortable with that. It may be a safety thing. I completely understand that. And if that's not your thing, then pick those up and put them in a different bucket. But to me, those are going to be your three biggest time well spent buckets that you can immediately jump into and generate a ready, willing, and able buyer or seller. Now, a couple of those things are going to be some of your old school tactics, right? And they stick around because they work. There's so many people saying that old crap doesn't work anymore. Well, guess what? It does. But if you're not comfortable with those things and you want to try something a little more modern, a little more up to date, well then absolutely take advantage of social media. Post stories of this or that, or hey, what do you think about this home? Or wow, check out this gorgeous living room of a home that's currently for sale, and see if you can generate a buzz and get somebody to say, hey, tell me more about that home. Leave out the price, leave out the address, give them a little bit of information to create a mystery so that they'll hopefully DM you, and congratulations, that's a conversation. So maybe one of your buckets is Instagram or Facebook DMs based off of stories that you create that hopefully will generate a buzz and some mystery so that people will reach out to you. Now here's the encouragement. If you have watched this video and you've started and you're in day 3, 4, 5 and you've had 200 real estate conversations and nothing has come of it yet, keep going. This is where the rubber meets the road and we figure out if you really can hack it in this business. Good things come in this business to those who keep pushing and keep going. You may have had 200 and nothing has come up yet, but the next 20 you have, all of a sudden you find 5. It's the law of averages. At some point, it is going to work. And again, statistically speaking, every 50 real estate conversations you have, you're going to find a ready, willing, and able buyer and seller. And maybe your conversations aren't going that well and you've had 350 and nothing has happened. Then shoot me a DM, comment. I will help you hone in what your conversations are sounding like and see if it's something that you're saying. But again, the law of averages state, if you'll just keep going, it is going to happen. So let's recap. The big, huge goal is to have 1,500 real estate conversations, because I know if you will have that number of conversations with 1,500 different people about real estate, statistically speaking, you are going to have 30 ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers. Will that change your business? The answer is yes, of course it will, which is such a huge goal. Then we break it down into 30 days. So 50 conversations, 30 separate times, not 30 consecutive days. You get to pick and choose when that works into your schedule. So we take those 50 conversations, we drop them into 5, 6, 7, 8 buckets, at least 5, and then we can divvy it up so it's not such a huge, impossible task to accomplish. We rinse and repeat, we rinse and repeat, and at some point, if you will consistently do this, my guarantee to you, that's a big old G word, but I guarantee you, if you will do this, you will absolutely change your business. Whether you're brand new, you're a veteran, you're an agent that has been up and is going back down, or even if you're soaring. If you will take the time to have 1,500 real estate conversations, you will go to depths and realms in this business you never thought possible. You can do it. You deserve to do this. Now be consistent and dive in. See you on the next one.